There are tons of great board games for preschoolers that teach them things like taking turns and matching colors, but there are also some that require a little bit more thinking, and that's where Thinky Games comes in. Hi, I'm Ambie, and I'm a mother of 4-year-old twins, and I love board games, and so do my kids. They've been playing board games with me since they were 2 years old, and so I wanted to share with you some of the ones that they've played and enjoyed that require a little bit more thinking and logic. First up is Robot Turtles. I backed this on Kickstarter back in 2012, way before I had kids, but this is a programming game for children. The kids are playing different movement cards that tell the turtle which way to move, and you, the parent, are controlling the turtle robot and having it move. So a kid will play a card, and then you move it based on what the kid plays. It's basically kind of like a trial and error for them. They will see what their actions do in real time as you move it, and then they can take back their movements, and then eventually they learn the concepts of programming as they play the cards and see this card always does this for the turtle, so they're trying to get the turtle to get to a gem. The rule discovery for this is kind of like a video game for the kids, so it's pretty simple for them to learn since all they do at first is just play cards. And my kids also like the turtles. It's very colorful. They like the gems and the turtles. My kids actually call it the Ninja Turtle game because those are the other turtles they know of, but this is a great board game to teach kids the concepts of programming. Next is Race to the Treasure. This is a cooperative tile laying game where you're trying to get to the end before a bunch of ogres come out. On your turn, you're drawing a tile and placing it, and each one is either a path or an ogre. The path tiles you'll have to place on the board and line up so you can get through the path and collect keys and get to the exit. And then the ogre cards are kind of like a timer for the end of the game. This one, kids get to learn how to place path tiles and where would be a good place to place them in order to get to where they need to go. Because you have to think about which spot you place it in and also the rotation of the tile. So this is a really neat path building game for them. At first my kids started just playing paths that lined up, but they weren't actually going towards the goal, and then eventually they figured out, oh, we need to do it so it's going towards the goal. So it's neat seeing that progression as they learn how to play better. Next is Outfoxed, which is a cooperative deduction game for kids. This is great for preschoolers because it's a deduction game that doesn't require any reading. Well, all the other games in this list also don't require any reading. But in this deduction game, you're trying to catch the fox that stole the pie. And there's a deck of suspect cards that have foxes with different characteristics, like they have a hat or not, or they have glasses or not. And you're going around on the board collecting clues and revealing suspects and trying to figure out the fox before the fox leaves the board. The clues are pretty neat. Each suspect has a card that you put into this clue card holder, and then each clue is like a hat, and you'll cover up a section of the clue card holder and reveal it, and it will show either like a green dot or nothing. A green dot means they do have a hat, and a nothing means they don't. So that's very simple for preschoolers to understand if it's yes or no, and then they can do the deductions of, oh, the thief has a hat, so this fox that doesn't have a hat, it's not that one. Also, the whole suspect deck isn't out at once. You can reveal some of them on your turns, so the kids won't be overwhelmed with too much information or too many suspects. They can just look at a couple at a time and remember what clues they had. And so Outfoxed is a great intro to logical deduction that doesn't require reading. But if you like reading, you can subscribe to the Thinky Games newsletter at thinkygames.com/newsletter, and every 2 weeks you can get updates on Thinky Games and a free game to play. But back to games that don't require reading. Next up is My First Escape Game, The Magical Forest, which is an escape room board game for kids. This is ages 5 to 7, but my 4-year-olds were able to play it with some help from me. In this one, you, the parent, are the game master. You're hiding cards around the room. The kids get to run around and find them, which my kids really love. There's also a story that you read to the kids. It's split up into 3 chapters, so you're reading a story, and then the kids run around, find the cards that have different puzzles on them, and then they solve those puzzles, and then you can take a break or go on to the next chapter. I love escape rooms, and so this is why I played this with my kids, because my kids also are enjoying it. They like looking around, finding the things, and then the puzzles are also a variety of puzzles. Some of them are more jigsaw puzzle type, some of them have like a code. So just like an escape room for adults, there will be a variety of different types of puzzles. Because it's an escape room, it's kind of like one-time play in that they've already done the puzzles, but with my kids at least, they are fine replaying the same puzzles over and over again. All right, and last but not least is Qwirkle. This is a tile laying game that's kind of similar to Scrabble, except kids can't read. It's colors and shapes instead of letters. Qwirkle is technically for ages 6+, and I know adults play it too, but my kids love the chunky tiles and the colors and shapes, and they can play it. So in the game, you're playing tiles that match either the color or the shape, but not both of a tile in a row or column, and you get points based on how many tiles are in the row or column. At first, my kids were a little confused that you cannot match something exactly. You're matching either color or shape, but not both. But they do really like matching patterns, and so right now they're at the stage where they're just like matching patterns and not really strategizing. Also, the full game is a little long for my kids, which is probably why this is ages 6+, but you can easily play a shorter game by just using less tiles. But Qwirkle is a game that will definitely grow with your kids as they grow older. Adults play it, it's very strategic because you have to plan to try to set up future turns to get good scoring points, just like in Scrabble. So I think if you want to play games with kids and want something that will grow with them and you will have fun playing as well, then Qwirkle is a good one because it's not just specifically for kids. Alright, so that was 5 Thinky board games for preschoolers. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more Thinky game videos. Thanks for watching! Bye!